Hello, do you mind answering some questions on the protest today?
Yeah.
What are you out here protesting? I like your sign. What does your sign say actually? Freedom is in peril, defend it with all your might. I love it. What does it mean?
So I expect you're familiar with the keep calm and carry on post.
Yeah?
This is the one that would have been used had the Germans invaded.
That's right.
So what are we using this sign for today then?
I think the West is under great danger of completely disappearing.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? What parts of it?
Well, for me, it's a fight between Islam and the Christian West.
Okay, we've heard a lot of that today. What's your thoughts on that fight? Why are they clashing so much? Well, how does that actually kind of like manifest itself in society?
Well, when you think about how Islam spread, if you think that in the time of Constantine, 4th century, the entire of the Mediterranean was part of the Roman Empire, and with Constantine it became Christian. Then in 632, when Muhammad died, Islam exploded out of Arabia, and within 100 years, all those countries that were very firmly Christian by the sword have then become Islamic. And they'd actually got as far as the middle of France. The Battle of Tours, 732, and a brave knight called Charles Martel was able to turn Islam back at that stage. But we could have so easily become Islamic at that stage. I don't want to be dressed in a burqa.
Okay.
I like having equal rights. As a woman, I'd like to go where I want, when I like, dress whom I like, with whom I like, whenever I like. And somewhere like Iran, they're throwing off Islam for simple things like girls want to be able to sing and ride a bicycle. I want that for my future generations of my family as well.
No, funnily enough, we just talked to an Iranian over there earlier. She was saying the same thing about the regime taking over for 47 years. What is it about, because obviously it's just a clash of ideologies then. What is the ideology of Islam? How does that not kind of communicate well with the Western world in general? You've said about the women's rights stuff. Is there anything else particularly you're concerned about?
Islam will not rest until all is for Allah, and they don't care how they do it. They could slaughter everybody like they did in the 8th century, or they can carry on now. When Ayatollah Khomeini went back to Iran, Iran has something called Shia Twelver Islam, and their idea is that after Muhammad died, the leader of Islam should always be a descendant of the Prophet, and there would be...
It's a bit getting lively, aren't they?
And there would be 12 imams before the end of time. Now, the Sunni also believe in the return of this imam, but they're prepared to wait. But Ayatollah Khomeini had this idea that if he could help the matter along a bit by creating an all-out war. He actually wants to provoke a war to fulfill a prophecy that until Israel is wiped off the map, then their final imam called the Noddy will never come back, and the end times won't come. Now, at heart, I'm a green environmentalist. I think provoking a war to bring about the end of times is an absolutely terrible idea for people and planet. But the Iranians don't care. Apparently they've done the sums that if they decide to nuke Israel and Israel nukes them back and they lose 15 million Iranians, that's a price worth paying. Last night I was watching a film of the oil fields, well, the Persian Gulf. Now that the Iranian oil storage is full, all their beautiful coastline is getting knee-deep in horrible, yucky oil. They don't care. All they want is to bring about the Mahdi, to bring about the end of times, so that all will be for Allah and will be for Islam. I think it's evil.
I think they're really clear, good examples, foreign policies and how they're happening across the waters as well. How are you seeing this happen in England today? So obviously, quite a big ideology, quite a big religion, Islam itself. How is that? How are you seeing that impose itself on English or British culture?
Well, as I say, I'm an environmentalist, and we've now got various national landscapes saying we've got to include minority groups. Oh dear, minority groups don't seem to like dogs. Therefore, the English have got to adapt by always keeping their dogs on the lead, or preferably out of sight of Muslims. Well, it's not a case of Muslims don't like dogs. They think that dogs are ritually impure. If you don't like something, you can do therapy and you can tolerate whatever it is, spiders. But if you think something is ritually impure, there's nothing you can do about it.
And is that an individual thing, or is that an actual based in the religion itself?
It came about when Muhammad wanted to meet with I think it was Angel Gabriel. But Angel Gabriel wouldn't turn up because he said, there's a dog in your room. I do not enter a room where there is a dog or a picture. So in Christianity, we have the story of the shepherds and Gabriel saying, don't be afraid of me. In Islam, we've got a picture, a story of Gabriel saying, I'm too scared to come into a room where there's a dog.
So you're not opposed to religions, you just think that the Islam one doesn't blend well over here just because there's some crossovers that doesn't map out?
Islam is not a religion as such.
I think a couple of people agree with you, by the way.
It's a political project. They want you heart, mind, soul, politics, everything, until all will bend the knee to Allah, and I'm not going to.
Because I also think it's very dangerous to blend the politics, the religion and state. And obviously, some of the examples you've given, they've done that in previous countries. Is that a concern of yours here at all with the English government?
Well, of course. They're quite happy to use our democracy against us.
How are they doing that?
By taking over the Green Party. The first political party I ever joined was the Ecology Party, which was the precursor of the Green Party. But in those days, they were interested in the environment. But, I mean what can you say? In Iran, the regime came into power because the lefties got too close to the Islamists. And when Ayatollah Khomeini came back, the leftists were murdered by the thousand. That could so easily happen here.
No, I'd agree. It's a big concern. I just want to say thank you because one, we're going around getting context from everyone today, and I appreciate your answers. You've got some really good answers on that.
So what side are you with?
I'm a very neutral-based person. I'm going around I'll do all the protests. I'll literally go up to people and be like, "What's the context?" a little bit.
Okay, what's your channel?
So it's called CYE Talks, CYE.talks.
Okay, right.
It basically just stands for Can You Elaborate? So it's just scratching the surface, going up to people with their opinions. Because I think these kind of things are really important to actually get the context on. And someone standing with a sign, go on, you've got another party sign. Go on.
Do you know the story of Noddy?
No, go for it.
Have you heard of Noddy?
I've heard of Noddy, but I feel like you're going to teach me something new as well.
So the very first Enid Blyton Noddy book was called Noddy Goes to Toyland. And he decides to run away from the woodcarver who made him because the woodcarver is now making a lion and lions eat people. So Noddy's in fear of his life. Then he meets Big Ears who says, well, I think you're a toy. I think you belong in Toyland. So Noddy is taken to Toyland. But he has to face a court case to prove that he is a toy. There are toy soldiers in the court ready to deport him if he fails. The question is asked, have you ever been placed on a mantelpiece? Because if you've been placed on a mantelpiece, you're an ornament, you're not a toy, so you can't stay. But it's not enough to be a toy, you've got to be a good toy. So here we have the knock on the door of the police taking him to the court, and there he is in the dock, but there's the judgment. He's a toy, he's a good toy, and a brave toy.
So how is that translated into today's protest then?
Toyland has a better immigration policy than Britain. What can you say? It's citizenship for 4-year-olds. Oh, we're going to lose. I'm going to lose my.
No, I'll leave it to it. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.